You are now listening to WZMB 91.3 FM Greenville. You are about to hear a Wake the Dead interview with DJ Famicon.
Oh, it's PJ.
Oh, I'm sorry. PJ Famicon?
Yeah. It's, my first name is Peter, middle name James.
I got you. Okay.
Famicom is my fake last name. You know how you have your band name, and then your punk name is your first name with your band name at the end?
I'm not aware of that piece of punk culture. But that's
Yeah,
okay. So already learning some cool stuff. So PJ Famicom, that's my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
So how long have you been doing music for?
I guess since I've been able to, like, I started the Super Famicom project. Like, I started playing solo shows with this in 2002, and I had just turned 16, so yeah, so I've been doing this same thing for a really long time.
And you mentioned the Super Famicom project. What is that?
Well, this is my solo project where I record and sing songs and play it live. And I call it Super Famicom. It's a fake band with just me.
Cool. So, I know that the Famicom's like a classic Nintendo console, right? It was the Japanese version of the original Nintendo Entertainment System, correct?
It was the Japanese Super Nintendo.
Oh,
yes.
Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Okay. So, were you like a Famicom fan, or how did that inspire you?
Oh, yeah. So, I used to be subscribed to Nintendo Power, and they would show us, like, previews of all these games that were released on the Super Famicom and not released in America. And I'm really into lore, and so there was all of this lore around the Super Famicom, like a world that I wanted to be in, something that I wanted to have and be, but I did not have any access to, because I was just a kid. I couldn't buy myself a Super Famicom. I couldn't even read Japanese, so it was, not going to happen, me playing these awesome sounding games.
Mm-hmm. So that was like a big inspiration for you, I guess? Like,
Yes. I've always been into video game music.
Cool. So you've given me, I guess, like a kind of a preview of your music. Like, I heard a little bit of you playing before we came in here. So do you use any, like, tunes from video games, or how does that work? You make your own?
Ooh, so yes, I make chip tunes for my own computer games and some of my friends' computer games. But so yeah, some of my Super Famicom songs I've made into songs for games, but when I do game music, I call that project Meridosha, because calling it Super Famicom would be way too confusing. But yeah, I used a chiptune tracker to make my backing tracks for my set that I'm doing on this tour, and I'm actually emulating the sound chip from the TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, cool. So could you explain what the TurboGrafx 16 is to us who may not know?
Oh, yes. It was the first sort of 16-bit home console. It was called the PC Engine in Japan. Yes, it came out before the Sega Genesis, and the sound chip, it's got wavetables and it's got samples, and that's really all I need for, the sound that I wanted. I wanted it to sound very genuine without the drums sounding way too chippy and way too crunchy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's interesting. So what kind of, do you emulate different sound chips from different consoles as well? Like, is this like a regular thing, like emulating different sound chips?
Oh, yes. There's a huge online culture for people who make chip tunes. So, yes, I've tried most of the big ones. Like, I've emulated the Atari Lynx sound chip for some soundtracks, and I've emulated the Super Nintendo sound chip and the NES and the Game Boy and the Sega, all of them. All the big ones, at least.
Nice. And so how would you, other than just like, generally chip tunes and stuff, how would you like to describe your music as PJ Famicom?
Oh, geez. I don't know. You might call it slacker metal. It's definitely like, because I'm playing electric guitar and I'm playing it really heavy for the live show, but when I record my rock songs, I try to do whatever I feel. Mm-hmm. So yeah, with the live show, it's definitely like a special interpretation of what I've put on my albums.
Like,
but I'd call it indie rock or like alternative. It's definitely, it's pop songs, but you just do whatever weird thing you feel like doing.
Like, so it's like a little improvisational during your shows and stuff like that?
No, I wouldn't say so because especially since I have to rehearse the live show, I wouldn't exactly say it's improvisational. But as
Hmm.
far as like stylistically, I'm definitely kind of all over the place.
Okay.
All
So
over the
like,
spectrum of rock and pop music.
okay, okay, I understand. Cool.
Yeah.
And it's just all you, like when it comes to playing these, it's like a solo project pretty much.
Yes, yes. I've been in rock bands with other people, and it's fun to play music with other people, but touring with other people is something that I think I'm done with doing.
Hmm.
There's a certain amount of solitude that you need to get yourself to be you every day. So, yeah, touring by myself is the ideal, and I definitely want to, yeah, keep doing it.
Cool. So where have you toured so far? What kind of places have you
Ooh,
been to?
well, I don't know. A lot of places. On this tour, I'm just starting out. This is like my third show is tonight at Alley Cat Records. And this tour is taking me all the way up north to as far as Buffalo, and then I'm going through the Midwest and then back down south to where I live in Florida.
Hmm. Oh, cool. So where are you from in Florida? Is that where like um I guess like the music got the start and stuff like that?
Um, well, I live in DeLand, Florida. I grew up in Illinois, and I did my first tours when I was 19 and 20. So I went on tour for a really long time with Super Famicom and some friends who were my tour mates. And then after that, I didn't have anywhere where I was going or any plans for what I was going to do. So I moved to Florida with some friends, and that's where I met my current wife. And we ended up in DeLand because that's where her parents live, and she needed to be closer to family.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So yeah, I've been in DeLand for a few years now.
Nice. When it comes to the electrical guitar style, just so I can get an idea of
Yeah.
what it sound like, would you say it's more like a lead guitar playing licks and stuff like that? Or are you playing more of like a rhythm kind of style? Like what is your guitar doing for the song usually?
Well, when I recorded the song, I used acoustic guitar and then electric for the leads with a little like reverb.
Mm-hmm.
But for the live show, I kind of imagine how Metallica did that song "Turn the Page." So it's the song. It was like this kind of folk rock song, but I'm playing it super heavy and super hair metal-y. So that's what my live sound is like. It's definitely very evil
Okay.
guitar sound.
Nice, nice. And so I heard you had mentioned near the beginning you're talking about the I think you had said it was like GABD, was it?
Oh
Or-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's did you have any background in music theory or anything like that?
No, I was in choir when I was in school, and I've
Mhm.
taken a couple voice lessons in my life. But as far as music theory, I mean, there's some that I get.
Just like learn from playing stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I like know the scales and the modes, but I don't do a lot of like key changes or like crazy scales. I just
got
kind of
you.
write pop songs.
Okay, I got you. So when it comes to the tours that you've been on, stuff like that,
Yes.
so far, what would you describe as the best show you've had?
Oh my gosh, in my life?
Yeah, let's go with your whole life so far.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I've played they used to do this thing in Indiana called Planet X Fest, and I played in 2014 was probably the biggest solo show I ever played, and there were probably like 600 people there.
Mm-hmm.
Just for me standing there on a stage just by myself playing guitar. So I don't know. But yeah, as far as the best shows that I've played, I feel like the way I perform, it's better to do something smaller though. I mean, I think, playing in a basement is like kind of ideal
Mm-hmm.
for people that are just there to be nerds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard. I've had bands come on here and say that like their best show isn't like the biggest one they had, but really just when the crowds had the most energy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I get what you mean there. What about your worst show?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've done some pretty bad shows because a lot of people they book your show. They say, "Oh, hey, I got you on the show." But then when you get there, you feel like you're the guy at the party following everyone around with an acoustic guitar. Like, there's a meme about the guy that shows up to the party and wants to play Wonderwall for you. And I feel like I've definitely had some shows that were like that, and it's like, oh my gosh, I really don't deserve to do this to myself. I don't want to force my music on people that aren't there for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you definitely get that a lot when you play at dive bars too. It's like nobody's there for your music, but you still have to play it, and it definitely feels uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because definitely, from the song that you had played, I'd picked up that it felt very like personal and like deep to you as a person. Would that be correct?
Oh yeah, of
correct to
course.
say?
It's about my wife and my dog, and we have 2 dogs now, and I miss them a lot.
Yeah, and especially since you're like touring and stuff like that. Yeah. Um. So is that kind of like, is that where a lot of your songs come from? Stuff like that is like personal stuff to you.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, usually I try to write about my experience as an artist, the artist lifestyle, and I try to write things that will inspire people to do more than just, go to their jobs and spend money, things like that. Because, you would really have to break the cycle to be creative.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I tend to focus on that kind of stuff with my lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and breaking that cycle of just working a job and making money is always a good thing. That
Yes.
over consumerism is definitely
Yeah, and it kind of puts you on this downward mental, spiritual trajectory in which, like, the reason I play music is because I have to. I can't not do it because I would be too depressed and I would die. You know?
No, yeah, you gotta have like an outlet. And stuff
Yes, you do.
All right. And so, what do you think your favorite song that you've put out there so far is?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have this new album. It came out July 2nd. The album is called Tyranny, spelt with all Y's. I feel like it's a sort of like fake inner persona that I have for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's some songs on that I really like. There's one called Sobbing, Cowering. It definitely feels a lot like a Kate Bush song. I really wish I had a fretless bass that I played on it. But I like that song a lot, but it doesn't really do well with heavy guitar. So I'm going to save that for the next tour. And there's another song on that album called So Much Love that feels a lot like an R&B song. And that's definitely one of my favorites that I've written so far for Super Famicom.
Okay, interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, and so, where can people find your albums?
Ooh, well, they're everywhere. Spotify. I have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. And so if you just search Super Famicom, no, you're gonna find the video game system. If you search PJ Famicom, you might find it. But yes, I am on Spotify, all the streaming services, Bandcamp, and I also have my own website, meridosha.nicoweb.org.
Okay.
And Meridosha, that's the handle I use for video game work, and you can download not all of my albums, but most of them. Since I've released so many since 2002, I don't even have all of my albums that I've made.
Oh wow. And so you said you'd mentioned a few times now like video game work with your music and stuff like that.
Yes.
What games have you worked on?
Well, mostly stuff that my own games that I've made and games that my friends have made.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing really famous, but I've done some commissioned soundtracks for a game on Steam called Takoyaki Surprise, one called Tim Tim 2 The Almighty Gnome, and one called Tiny Tower Defense. And as far as my own game projects, I've mostly just done contest games, nothing that's for sale, but you can download it for free on itch.io.
Cool. All right. And do you make your own games as well?
Yes.
So what kind of games do you like to make?
Ooh, well, I like to expand my horizons. Every project, I'm more of a tinkerer than I am like a professional. So I learned how to make a beat 'em up game where you star a dishwasher named Daniel, and he has zero charisma. So everybody in town just wants to beat the crap out of him, and he's just trying to go to work. And so that's a beat 'em up game that I made. I made another one that is a clone of Vampire Survivors. It's a bullet heaven style game called Alien Pogs from Outer Space, where you get these alien pogs. It takes place in 1995, and you're a third grader, and you're playing pogs in the schoolyard. And the aliens, they want to get their pogs back, and so You know, you got to throw the pogs at the aliens and they all explode and stuff.
That's fun. That sounds like fun. So it's like, so you like to expand your horizons with games and like to, kind of make something new each
Oh,
time.
yes. Every time I got to try something new and see, like, what I want to expand on. Because I think my next game idea is probably going to be like a racing game with cards in it. So if you ever played Slay the Spire, it's going to be
Oh,
like
yeah.
Slay the Spire meets Outrun, where you have to drive fast. And it's about 12-year-old me stealing my dad's car and picking up my crush and trying to drive as fast and as far as possible.
And it's like a deck builder in that way.
Yes, because you're going to collect cards, and sort of the person in the passenger seat will be playing the cards.
That's fun. That sounds nice.
So hopefully I'll get that done this year, because I got really excited about that idea when
And
I came up with it.
And so, like, is that kind of the same mindset you have with like music as well? Like always expanding, always doing something new.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Oh, because I do know, a lot of bands, they find like their fans, and they're like, okay, this is what the fans like, and we have to do this over and over and over again. We can't do too many songs. We have to do just the right amount of songs that people will buy, that people will listen to. And with music, that has always been kind of my problem, because I can't not make music. I have to do it. So I've released a lot of music that, and I've definitely experienced diminishing returns on my albums.
Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely a cool, like, in my opinion at least, like I think it's a really cool mindset and like way to keep creating things. It sounds like a lot of fun and everything.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I have fun. I get excited about it, and so I'm just gonna keep doing it. And if other people don't get as excited about me, I mean, if other people don't get as excited as I do, that's not my problem.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Yeah.
I saw that you're using Reaper to make this stuff.
Yes.
What other, is that like the main one you use right now? Why have you chosen Reaper?
So I use Reaper for recording rock music, and I use it for my live performance. And I don't know, I was using Cakewalk's Sonar before I switched to Reaper in 2016, and it's just really great. They're not trying to sell you anything with it. You buy the program once, and it's pretty cheap. I forget how much it is, and I've been using it for over 10 years, and it just works.
Nice. That's
Does
good.
everything I need it to.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard, especially like as time's gone on, like increasingly good things about Reaper. So, yeah, it's good stuff. So I think we're kind of coming near-ish to the end of the interview here. Would you like to tell everybody about your Alley Cat show that's happening tonight?
I wish I knew more about it. I saw the flyer. I know that my friend Richard set it up, and his band Puddled is playing. The other band, I didn't look them up. I don't remember what they're called, because I tend to like to be surprised by bands when I see them. But I mean, I think it's definitely going to be a really good time, and I'd love it if you all hung out with me there. And yeah, I've worked really hard on this show, and I definitely need to share it, and I would love it if you were there.
What time's it starting tonight?
Starts at 6.
Starts at 6. Is that do doors open earlier than that, or?
Yeah, the store is going to be open.
Okay.
So 6 is when the show is supposed to start.
Okay.
But it might start a little bit later, not too late though.
I got you. Sweet. And are there any last things you'd like to talk about? Any last things you'd like to mention?
I really appreciate you having me on here, and I appreciate that I get to do this artist thing. I feel extremely grateful that I have it in me to do it, and that I have a way to make my life livable. And to have other people be a part of that, it really makes it for me. I don't need like a million people to be impressed with me, because I know that all of my favorite people in the world love me, and I love them too, and I'm just very lucky that I get to do this. And that's all I want to say. I just want to say thanks.
All right. Well, thank you for coming down here. It's been a real pleasure having you for this interview. That concludes our interview with PJ Famicon, and yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.